When we talk about identity, so much has happened even for you guys in the last, let's say, couple weeks. Journalists revealed the identities of two of the founders. Um, they call it being doxxed, right? Having your identity put out there. How did the founders feel about that? How did you feel about that?
We believe in freedom of the press. We believe in journalistic integrity. When I got the phone call saying that they were going to release their identities, I asked for time so that we could tell their families, so that we could make sure that they were safe. I was told I had 30 minutes.
And folks in the community, when this happened, said you have to be careful because there's safety issues. Can you explain why?
In the crypto community, there are these things called crypto whales, right? It's people who have made a lot of money in crypto, and it's attracted some nefarious characters, and it has put people in severe jeopardy. There are kidnappings, just very, very bad stuff happen. And there is honestly a misconception that the founders of this company are crypto whales. And releasing their identities and frankly only giving us 30 minutes was very, very dangerous for them and their families. And the thing is like, if it was for something, it would have been okay. But like, the story was, what if there was something there? That was the story. The story wasn't, we found out all these things. The story was actually that they are who they've said they are all along. That everything they've said in previous interviews, that they've said in, everywhere, that everything was true. The only difference was their names. And it was a story about, well, what if? And that leaves me with this feeling of just like, it just felt so dangerous. And the only thing that people got out of it was just knowing their real names.
It's interesting because you guys are at the forefront of all of this, right? All these uncomfortable, growing pains too that are coming with a lot of this. We're seeing it through the eyes of Bored Ape Yacht Club, right? It opened up a larger conversation about privacy and identity, and should people who are increasingly, this world's getting increasingly crowded. So many people are beginning to start these projects that maybe don't have the same intentions that your founders have. Should people know the people behind the projects that they're signing up for, or will people be misguided or misled if they don't know who those folks are? I'm curious for your take on the larger kind of debate that this brought up when their identities were revealed.
We're at the very beginning of this space. And I think that means that these projects, whether we're talking about NFT collections or something else within the Web3 space, this culture, this community, crypto in general, it might not be for everybody. And that's also okay. Like, consumers have a choice, right? People have a choice. Like, if this isn't for you yet, you don't have to ape in. Like, there's no reason for you to. But for some people, it's exciting. And for some people, it's the next frontier. And they want to be a part of it, And they want to be in the beginning of it and be a part of the community and take on this culture. And I think for those people, they get it and they're excited about it. And they're also comfortable with the risks associated with it.
So I hear it's that the people that get into these projects, they should kind of know, or at least there should be more awareness, right? That some of these projects might not be Bored Ape Yacht Club, that some of these founders behind them might not be exactly who they say they are, or who their PFP picture, right? What this is. It is a riskier space, and what I hear from you, and by the way, tell me if it's not correct, is know the risk when you're getting into some of these types of things. This is a different world.
Well, we're just at the beginning. So I think there's always risks associated at the beginning of anything. And so I think, it is a little bit like it's the next frontier. It's the Wild West, it's opportunity and hope and excitement, but on the flip side of that, it can be charlatans and scams and security threats.